Hello friends, I am Dr. Anjali Bagrodia, PG2 Dermatology, Maulana Azad Medical College. Today I am here again with yet another topic, that is papilloscomus disorders. Actually it is a very long topic, but today I have tried to cover most of the important points, and we will be giving a quick revision of these topics. So first of all, starting with what all diseases are included in papilloscomus disorders. Actually it is a long list. The mnemonic is 10 slips. T is tinea, E is eczema, N is neoplasia, which contains mycosis fungoides, squamous cell carcinoma and Babin's disease. Then the another S is secondary syphilis, lichen planus, and the P stands for psoriasis, parapsoriasis, pityriasis rosea and pityriasis rubra pilaris, whereas the last one it is seborrheic dermatitis. So first of all, we will be starting with psoriasis, which is the most important actually. So just remember these diagrams. So as you can see in the diagrams, so just remember by this that there is predominantly an extensor involvement, that is areas such as knees and elbows are involved. Then as you can see in this picture, a silvery white scale or micaceous scale are characteristically present in this disorder. Also, as we go on to discuss the extensor involvement, which is normally present in psoriasis, when there is involvement of flexural areas, it is known as inverse psoriasis, which is characteristically does not have any scale. Okay, and then from this diagram, just remember this is what I want you to remember. Actually, when the lesions of this disease are healing, there is a hypopigmented region around the lesion, which is known as Voronoff's ring. Then characteristically, just remember that HLE-CW6 is very specifically associated with psoriasis. Then the triggers of the disease being infections. Most important to be remembered is beta hemolytic streptococci, which causes guttate psoriasis in children. Then sudden corticosteroid withdrawal, which can be both topical or systemic, can lead to pustular psoriasis. Then drugs such as lithium, beta blockers, chloroquine and NSAIDs can also cause psoriasis. Also, there is characteristically always a history of winter exacerbations in these patients. As we come on to the types, just remember that we already know that vulgaris means most common. Vulgaris means actually common, so need not to remember, just by the name we can say that psoriasis vulgaris is the most common type. Then coming on to the nail involvement, you can see as in this picture, these are the findings that you can find in case of a nail psoriasis patient. Amongst this, just remember that pitting is the one which is most common, and irregular pits are present in this disease, whereas regular pits are present in case of alopecia areata. Also, the patient can have presence of yellow-red discoloration, which is known as oil drop sign or salmon patch, and it is the most characteristic presentation. Also, you can find leukonychia, crumbling, onycholycosis and splinter hemorrhages in these patients. Then coming on to the next type, which is pustular psoriasis. Just remember that it can be of two types, localized and generalized. The generalized variant, it again divided into three types. Then first is von Zumbusch variant, next is a pregnancy induced, which is known as impetigo herpetiformis. So just remember this picture. As you can see, you can find lakes of pus, multiple sheets of pus or lakes of pus appearance is seen in von Zumbusch variant, and the pustules that are present here are sterile characteristically. So the treatment part, as we go on to discuss it, acitretin is the drug of choice. Also, please remember that methotrexate and cyclosporin can also be used. These are directly asked as questions as to what is the drug of choice in case of a pustular psoriasis patient, and this has already been asked in All India exam. Then in case of pregnancy, acitretin is not the drug of choice. Please remember that systemic steroids are given in case of pregnancy, and if at all there is a contraindication that the patient cannot be given steroids, then we go for cyclosporin. Next case is erythroderma, which it is a case which involves more than 90% body surface area is covered by erythema and scaling, and just remember that the drug of choice for this condition is methotrexate. Then coming to psoriatic arthritis, just remember that Caspar criteria is used for psoriatic arthritis, and we have various variants in this, amongst which most common is the asymmetric oligoarthritis form. Also, drug of choice for psoriatic arthritis is methotrexate. Coming on to the histopathology, most important point to be remembered is that it has Monro's microabscess along with spongiform pustules of Kogos. Just remember by this that spongiform pustules of Kogos are present in the stratum spinosum. Remember by the S. Also, the Monro's microabscess, you have to remember where it is present. It is present in the stratum corneum. Okay, and stratum spinosum, spongiform pustules are present. Also, there are presence of hyperkeratosis, parakeratosis like features. The test that we do for this is the Grattage test, where if suppose this is a lesion, we take a glass slide and scrape the lesion with it, and then we can see the presence of candle wax scales. And after that scale comes out, we can see the presence of Bulkley's membrane, and after which we can see the Auspitz sign, which is we see bleeding points. Then coming on to lichen planus, most important thing you have to remember 5 P's which are present in a lichen planus lesion. You can see in this, the lesions are purple, plain topped, polygonal, pruritic, and they are papules. Also, above the surface of these lesions, a shiny membrane is present, which is known as Wickham's stria. Just by this picture, please remember that there is predominantly a flexural involvement which is present in these lesions. Also, these lesions, they heal with hyperpigmentation. This is the case of oral involvement of LP, and as you can see here, characteristically lacy pattern is present in case of oral LP. Just remember this. And dental amalgam which contains mercury has been found to be a causative agent for oral lichen planus. Remember this also. In case of nail lichen planus, most characteristic feature that is present is dorsal pterygium, and most common to be present is nail plate thinning. As we go on to scalp involvement, characteristically you can see the presence of scarring alopecia. Also perifollicular blue-grey macules can be seen. This has been directly asked in All India Exam 2011. Then as we go on to discuss the histopathological feature, the earliest and classical characteristic here that is present is basal cell destruction. Also, you can see in MCQs words like vacuolization of basal cell layer or liquefaction of basal cells, also which is known as Sivard bodies or colloid bodies. Next things to be remembered here are there is presence of sawtooth appearance is seen in these lesions, and Max Joseph space can also be seen in the lesions of lichen planus. Then few words about pityriasis rubra pilaris. Few words as the name suggests, pityriasis rubra pilaris, that is there is presence of red around the hair follicles. Red keratotic papules are present, which gives the appearance of a nutmeg grater. And characteristically in this disease we have, if these are the lesions, we will characteristically get uninvolved portion in between, that is islands of sparing are characteristically present in pityriasis rubra pilaris. Also in these lesions, keratodermas of palms and soles are present, which gives the appearance of a keratotic sandal. So, keratotic sandal is present in pityriasis rubra pilaris. Few words about seborrheic dermatitis. Seborrheic dermatitis contains yellow greasy scales are present. Also in case of infants, characteristically we define the presence of cradle cap appearance, which can be seen on the scalp. Then in case of pityriasis rosea, we see a hanging curtain sign or collarette of scales that are present in the annular lesion, which are mostly present on the trunk in case of pityriasis rosea. That is all about this topic. Thank you friends. Do let me know if you want me to do some more specific topics. That is all for today.